All right, welcome back everyone. Dr. Ben, not a real doctor here, and welcome to 2022. Today's going to be sort of a combination episode. I'm doing a podcast episode and a video at the same time because I really wanted to talk about this, and I wanted to talk about it on both platforms, so it just made sense to do it both at once. And what I want to talk about today is sort of a 2021 year in review. But I don't want to talk about it to brag about everything I accomplished. I want to talk about it because Lauren and I did in hindsight, some pretty crazy stuff. It was a year, man. It was a year. And it was a tough year for a lot of people. You know, there was a lot of restrictions, lockdowns, business closures, passports that you had to show, all kinds of crazy stuff this year. And the reason I want to talk about everything that we did this year is because it would have been really easy, and it did happen plenty of times, to get inside my own head and start talking myself out of this stuff I wanted to do because it was uncomfortable and it was really challenging. There were some really, really stressful periods this year, but we did so much amazing stuff. So much has happened. It feels like 5 years, the amount of stuff that went on this year. And I want to talk about that because I'm not special. I'm nobody special. If you want to go out there and you want to get done the things you want to get done, you can do it too. I want to see you do it. And that's why I want to share the story of the past year. So a few days ago, we celebrated 1 year since we moved to Colorado. Lauren's in the background yelling. She had an apartment, we both lived there, and we decided that we wanted to move out here and that we weren't going to renew her lease. So Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, we packed up her whole apartment, put most of it in storage, stuffed everything we could into a Volkswagen Rabbit, including 2 ferrets and all the stuff we needed for them, and drove for 3 days to Colorado, where we settled into an Airbnb. We didn't have a place lined up to rent. We'd come out previously and had been bust on finding a place. And we were like, screw it, we're just gonna go for it. We'll keep renting an Airbnb until we figure it out. So we went to this Airbnb, we were there for about a month, and we found a house where we could rent a couple rooms. It was a pretty good setup. We had 2 rooms in the basement, and initially we were kind of told like, yeah, we'll sign a 6-month lease and then you can keep extending, and I'm not really in a hurry to have you out of here. We had lots of issues getting the rest of our stuff out here, largely because my truck has not cooperated on coming to Colorado. It's still in Virginia. So we ended up not getting all our stuff out here until basically the middle of June. A week after we got our stuff out, we got told by our landlord that he didn't want to renew our lease. He wanted his house to himself. So with 1 week left on our lease, we had to find a new place to live. He was gracious and gave us a couple months to find a place. But we were like, we just started unpacking and now we were packing everything back up. Now, mind you, in the meantime, Lauren goes back to Virginia to work. She still owns a hair studio there. She goes back every few months, and I started this venture, the business, my training coaching business. So we're both self-employed. And if you've ever tried to purchase a house when you're self-employed, it's not a lot of fun. It's really not a lot of fun. So with the rental market being so crazy out here, we decided we were just going to buy a house. And I did something I'm really not comfortable doing. I asked for help. And my dad was kind enough to help us out and made it possible for us to buy a house. So we closed on a house and moved in at the end of August. And just as we were getting moved in here, we decided we were adopting a dog. But in true fashion of the year that we've had, we couldn't adopt just 1 dog. We decided we're adopting 2 dogs. And there's one of them sitting here right beside me. He's passed out because we just went on a long walk. One of them's a puppy, and she's great. She's fantastic, super high energy. The other one is about 3.5 years old, and he comes with some issues. He was a dog that they were having a really hard time adopting out at the rescue. And I was like, I used to work with rescue horses. He's a cool dog. I like him a lot. I think we can give him a good home. So on top of moving 3 times, buying a house, starting a business, Lauren traveling back and forth for work, now having 2 dogs that we're integrating and training and breaking bad habits for. It has been a year. There are times that have been absolutely amazing and times that have been totally exhausting. But I'm so excited about what's going to come this year after last year. Like, the discomfort is the discomfort. You can be discomfortable or discomfortable. You can be uncomfortable doing things that you really don't want to do, going to a job that you hate, stressing about money from a job that you hate, or you can just go for the things you want. What this year has taught me, and I feel like has been an incredibly valuable lesson, we are our own worst enemies. We're constantly in our head telling us reasons why we can't do things. There's a whole bunch more on that, but just a small start looking at, instead of why you can't do something, say, how can I do this? And it might not be easy. It's probably going to be real simple, but it might not be easy. And have the courage to do those things. Go for them. Find a way to make it work, because at the end of the year, when you've piled all those things together, you're going to look back and be like, I have no idea how I got all of that done. I can't believe that I'm standing here right now. 2021 was an absolutely incredible year. And if you'd told me at the end of 2020 that I would have done all this in the course of a year, I probably would have laughed at you. I can't believe what we've accomplished this year. And I was originally planning on moving out here in like May of 2020. And then, well, we all know what happened in 2020. It completely just shut me down. I got really depressed. I was basically like, well, screw it. I'm stuck someplace I don't want to be, doing things I don't want to do. And, when I started dating Lauren, we started bouncing off ideas on each other. And we were both basically like, you know what, let's just go do it. Who cares? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I know us and we'll make it work. And it has been absolutely fabulous. And I don't want to rub it in anybody's face who didn't have a good 2021, because I've definitely had those years. 2013 was not a fun year. It was an awful year. But there are still good things that happened that year. And the more you focus on the things that you can really influence and the things you can really affect and change, the more you're going to manifest, you're going to bring into your life the things that you really want for yourself. And focus on those. The downs, I mean, they're going to happen. Everybody, you can have a bajillion dollars, you're still going to have downs. There's no way to avoid downs. But also remember, the downs don't last forever. The longer you dwell on the downs is how long they last. You can move on from them whenever you want. That's really kind of the whole Buddhist thing. Don't be attached to the downs and don't be attached to the ups. But just go do the things you want. Just one thing you really want to do. Write down one thing you really want to do. And then spend 10 minutes brainstorming how you can do it. And go do that thing. Doesn't matter what it is. It can be really, really small. It could be walk across the street and get a cup of coffee because you always talk yourself out of it. Write down that one thing. And when you do that one thing and you check that one thing off, you're going to be really excited to do the next thing. And before you know it, you're just banging things out. And you're going to be so stoked that that ball is rolling that 5 years down the road, you won't even recognize your life. You won't have any idea how you pulled off all the changes that you pulled off. Don't let anybody talk you out of it. People are going to tell you all kinds of stupid reasons why you can't do things. And sometimes it's because people really care about you and they don't want to see you in uncomfortable situations. But that doesn't help you grow. And then there are some people that are just crabs in a pot. They're miserable. They want to keep everybody else miserable so they can feel a little better about themselves. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about any of that. You were living your life. You're the one that wakes up every day and does your life. Why not have the life you want? It's going to be tough. There are going to be challenges, but you're going to be a better, stronger person for coming through those challenges. And Every challenge that you get over is just a reminder that you can get over challenges. You're going to find a way and make it work. And I know you can do it. I'm super excited to see what you pull off in 2022. You got dreams, you got things you want to do, share them in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you want to get done, and I'd love to encourage you along the way. That's what I got for you today. I hope you guys had a great holiday season. Let's kick things off. Go get things done. Build the life you want. Happy new moon. I'll see you all soon. Until next time, this is Ben, out. Keep your life in motion and go feral.